the Supreme Court has granted bail to Aam Aadmi Party convener Arvind Kejriwal in connection with the Delhi liquor policy scam. He was previously arrested by the CBI following a custody period by the ED. The bail, granted by bench of Justice Suryakant and Ujjwal Bhuiyan, comes with strict condition that could impact his role as Chief Minister. Kejriwal is required to post a bail bond of Rs 10 lakh. As per the conditions, he cannot visit the Chief Minister's office or secretariat, nor sign any documents without approval from the LG unless necessary. Additionally, he is prohibited from commenting on the case, contacting witnesses, or assessing related files. He must also cooperate with the investigation and appear before the trial court when required. The Supreme Court orders which validated his arrest mirrors the condition imposed during his earlier bail in the ED case. Following the court's ruling, Special Judge Kaveri Babeja approved his release from jail. Congress leader Jagdish Tytler, accused in the Pilbangash Gurdwara violence during the 1984 Sikh riots, has denied all charges against him. During a hearing at the Tees Hazari Court, Tytler stated he would face trial. Special Judge Rakesh Syal then ordered the recording of witness statements. The court has charged Tytler with serious offences including murder, inciting riots, illegal assembly, and theft related to the 1984 anti-Sikh riots. In the previous hearing on August 30th, the court found sufficient evidence to prosecute him for murder. According to the CBI's charge sheet, on November 1, 1984, the day after Prime Minister Indira Gandhi's assassination, Tytler allegedly incited a crowd that led to the burning of Pilbangash Gurdwara and the killing of 3 Sikhs, Thakur Singh, Badal Singh and Guru Charan Singh. Witnesses claim Tytler was seen encouraging the mob to attack Sikhs. The court framed charges under several sections of the IPC, including 147, 149, 153A, 188, 109, 295, 380 and 302. With Tytler denying the charges, the trial is set to begin, with the next hearing scheduled for October 3rd. A special CBI court in Sialda has approved a narco test for Sanjay Roy, the accused in the rape and murder of a female doctor at RJ Medical College. The CBI had requested this test after Roy denied the allegations during an early polygraphy examination. The narco test, which involves administering sodium pentothal to induce a hypnotic state, aims to determine if Roy is telling the truth. According to the CBI officials, this method has helped obtain accurate information from suspects in previous investigations. The petition was filed in the Supreme Court today, seeking to have the city of Agra, along with the Taj Mahal, declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The bench led by Justice A.S. Oka expressed surprise, questioning how an entire city could be designated as a World Heritage Site. Justice Oka asked where the legal provision for such declaration exists and what benefits it would bring, especially regarding cleanliness. The court noted that the petition lacked details on how this designation would help Agra and subsequently dismissed it. The petitioner's lawyer argued that Agra, with its over 1,000 years history and numerous historical monuments, deserved heritage protection. The Delhi High Court has granted bail to 4 co-owners of Rao IAS Coaching Centre, where 3 civil servants candidates drowned due to waterlogging in the basement on July 27th. As a condition of bail, the court has required the co-owners to deposit Rs 5 crore with the Red Cross. Additionally, the court has urged the LG of Delhi to form a committee, led by former Justice, to ensure all coaching centres operate with proper permissions. The government has also been asked to identify a designated area for coaching centres. The issue of illegal mosque construction in Sanjauli, Shimla remains contentious, and now a significant decision has been made regarding another illegal 2-story mosque built on PWD land in Mandi, Himachal Pradesh. The Municipal Corporation Commissioners Court, led by H.S. Rana, has ordered the demolition of illegal portion of the mosque within 30 days. Initially, the Mandi administration planned to seal the mosque, but due to protests, the mosque committee began demolishing the unauthorized section themselves. Commissioner Rana stated that after 3 months hearing, it was confirmed that the mosque was built without proper permits or plans. The court ruled that the mosque must restore to its original state, and if the committee fails to comply, the municipal corporation will carry out the demolition. Watch our special programs and share the videos to stay updated with the daily court proceedings.